take a look at the boys talking about the yoinkening. Let's take a look.
Hi, welcome to Kind of Consensual. I'm joined here today for this potentially emergency episode with habitual line crosser Ethan, Richard, Mr. Angry Cops, and Eli Double Tap, and I'm still me, and Maduro is now government property.
Venezuela has fallen! Viva America!
Hannah had to go play pickleball this morning with her friends. It's been scheduled, so I was watching the boys all morning, which just means I'm making breakfast, lunch. We're dicking around wrestling in the living room and watching TV the whole time. I've just been on Twitter all morning just talking shit, and it's amazing because there's so much shit going on Twitter about the Colombian thing that there were tweets about the Colombian military is ready to go to war with America 12 hours ago, and Maduro got fucking yoinked out of his bed 10 hours ago. Just going back and responding to these comments is so much fun to me.
I mean, I know what happened. Those individuals that were, did you see the video where they were shooting the stingers on top of the building?
No.
The Venezuelans. This is during their training when they were showing off they were running up to the building. The helicopters were already gone by the time they got up there, and then they just took the guy. That is insane. And if anyone, I was just having the argument the other day about, well, China and America would be neck and neck on fighting, and
Costner, this video came out yesterday. They literally put this video out yesterday, so it's new.
In a war, it would just, we don't know who would win. I'm like, man, we do war really, really well. And this is a perfect example of an entire fucking country. We went and took the president.
China's been bitching about Taiwan for 30 fucking years, okay? The fucking president of Venezuela ran his mouth for 3 months and we yoinked his ass out of bed. There's no comparison.
Yeah,
Venezuela's a different continent. They've got an island 30 miles off their coastline they can't deal with. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Literally, you start game or Lord of the Rings. This is just a Lord of the Rings movie. That is all it took. You would have watched.
Not even a Lord of the Rings movie. It happened in a shorter period of time than a Lord of the Rings movie. The boys on the helicopter watched Lord of the Rings. Delta went in, yoinked Maduro, brought him back, and they're like, God damn it, we're only halfway through. Can't you waste a little more time here? I want to finish the movie first.
Fucking watch Lord of the Rings, walked out and be like, huh, we were at war. We took the president and we're back. When?
Dude,
when the movie started.
It was 35 minutes. You could have watched a SpongeBob episode in the time that it took us to go in, yoink their guy that's in charge, and then get out.
I can't wrap my head around just being able to take a president.
All the fucking tweets that are so much for being the president and no wars, durka durka dur. And it's motherfucker, the war was over before you woke up this morning. What are you talking about? What are we upset about here?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw the text in the group chat this morning, my response was this.
Yeah, let's be real. That wasn't a war. That was a drunk night out for the boys. Okay? The yoinkening was literally just the boys getting drunk going, hey, listen, guys, hold up. Wait, hear me out. I got an idea. This was literally a bunch of Delta boys that went out, got drunk, and one of them said, I got an idea.
I slept through the whole war? Fuck.
And then, dude, the celebration is the most wild shit that you get to see influencers, the cheering, everyone's fucking happy, and you still see.
Thank you. Fucking Nabby.
Well, what a piece of shit.
Jasmine
dictator,
Crockett.
Racist.
I commented on this.
He didn't get congressional approval. Yeah, and Obama didn't get congressional approval when he killed Osama bin Laden. Same fucking thing. Almost exactly.
Nobody's gotten congressional approval for fucking anything since 1941. Shut up. That's such a stupid
Congress can't even determine what a fucking woman is.
The other talking point that's been driving me nuts is everybody's like, oh, so when Putin invades Ukraine, it's a fucking war crime. But when Donald Trump invades a sovereign nation, it's like, How the fuck are the same people that are demanding we go to war with Russia on behalf of Ukraine mad that Donald Trump just took the dictator that wasn't elected, that's one of Putin's closest allies? Like,
easy answer. Because he actually did something that they didn't know was going to happen, and because he did it, it's bad. It's literally as simple as that. The whole reason why people are all pissed off that Trump ordered this, like, nothing strike, because it happened in no time at all, is that the only reason why they didn't like it is because Trump ordered it. That's it. Yeah, it's literally another Orange Man bad situation, and Orange Man did something, so by default, we don't like it. That's it. It's the standard operating procedure for the SJRs. Absolute standard operating procedure. If, like, the public is on it, and they won't say anything about it. But if the public is not about it, or doesn't even know about it, and Trump does something, and it's against, even if it's against a bad guy, they still go, oh, well, he did it, so we immediately don't like it because we hate him and nothing he can ever do is good. Everything he does is evil, and so he did something, and by default, we call it evil. Because they don't have their own brains. They refuse to think for themselves. They just goose step along with the hive mind, and if the hive mind says Trump did thing bad, they're gonna go, yeah, Trump did thing bad. We hate Trump, blah, blah, blah. That's it. People don't use it. These people who, like, shit themselves over the Yoinkening only do it because of who made the order. Because I guarantee you, if it was any president other than Trump, no one would care. No one would care. You could go down the line of presidents for the last 30 fucking years. It could have been Biden. It could have been Bush, Jr. or Senior. It could have been Obama. It could have been any one of those. Hell, it could have been fucking Reagan. It could have been any one of those other presidents. No one would have said a fucking thing, and people probably would have cheered because Maduro was a known dictator. He actually stole shit from an American company, i.e. the refineries. He's backing up, communist countries like Putin. He's backed by communist countries like China. And if any other president had made this order and sent in Delta to yoink him out like this, people would have had no problem with it. They might have even cheered. But because the mean Orange Man did it, oh, you went against Congress. This is a war crime. You can't possibly do it. Because Orange Man bad. They literally cannot get beyond that. That is literally their only talking point. And if you challenge any of them on it, like, well, he was a dictator, he was oppressing his people, he was working with Russia, he was helping Russia out in their fight against your precious Ukraine, so he was responsible for all this, they would just go, well, he didn't get congressional approval, he bypassed Congress, he's the Orange Man, he's bad. They literally, that's literally the only thing they have. And it's how absolutely brain dead these people are. If you cannot make an argument beyond Orange Man bad, it's time to admit that you've been brainwashed and maybe you need to get some deprogramming.
It doesn't make logical sense to support Ukraine, think that we should be helping Ukraine, and be mad that we took out the Venezuelan dictator in charge of the largest oil supply on the fucking planet. You want to know who probably gets a good deal on oil or did 13 hours ago? Russia. What the fuck are you talking about? You guys are just fucking idiots. Like, you're just, anything Trump does, you're fucking mad about. That motherfucker could save a drowning child out of shark-infested water, and the headlines would talk about, Donald Trump has launched a campaign to starve sharks. Fuck it. Shut up.
When you were live this morning, I was watching it, and I watched the whole press conference, and it was so fucking wild. Aside from him getting off topic a few times, because it's that Trump loves himself some Trump. He really.
Okay. He said, I saw that press conference. He didn't get off track a few times. Excuse me. He didn't get off track. Let's be fucking real here. I watched that press conference where he talked about yoinking Maduro. I watched that. He fucking old man with Alzheimer's meandered away from the topic a lot. Okay? There was like probably about, he talked for a total of 30 to 45 minutes and talked about the for like 5. Okay? Yeah, I streamed it in the Discord. I actually popped that up in the Discord when he was doing it. Like, this motherfucker meandered so much. He actually wanted someone to come over and go, okay, Grandpa, come on. We're going back to the home, Grandpa. Come on, right this way. They're having pudding, Grandpa. Come on. Yeah, and he like that is the one that, again, it's one of the things I freaking hate about him is he is so completely full of himself. He is so fucking performative that he will talk circles around everything except the one thing he's supposed to be talking about. He goes off on wild fucking tangents all the fucking time when you're sitting here going, dude, you're here to talk about the yoinkening. We want to hear about the yoinkening. Please put the adult on the microphone. Yes, he is the content president. He is the Hollywood performance president. Absolutely, he was. And so, yeah, let's be real. He did not go off topic a couple of times. He spent the majority of the time wildly off fucking topic. I gotta be real about here. We didn't start getting some good info until like the commander in charge of the op was able to start speaking. Then finally we actually started getting some good info.
He does. Yep. But like they were like, you didn't talk to Congress, and they were straight up like, we can't tell Congress because there's so many leaks in Congress. I was like,
yeah,
you know what?
Valid.
Fucking right. Yep.
Very valid.
Yes.
That's absolutely fucking valid.
Oh yeah. He likes to yap, but yaps more than I do. And the problem is the yappening that he executes is very much Puff beating his own chest yappening and saying, I am the bestest ever yappening. So yeah, it's like, okay, let's get back on topic, Grandpa. Come on, we were talking, we were talking about the yoinkening, Grandpa. Let's talk about the yoinkening, okay?
And then, it got me to remember when Hegseth was like, if you want to report from within the Pentagon, you have to sign this agreement. And I was like wishy-washy on the agreement, but I understood what his point of view was, basically saying there's been so many media organizations within the Pentagon that generals, colonels, people that are supposed to be in charge of our Department of War now, that have top secret security clearances, are forgetting a major word in there, and that's secret. And that's, you don't go telling the media everything.
Yes.
Although there is a right to the media to, know about certain things after they take place or lead up to it. Yeah. But
No, I must defend myself now. No, I did not say that he yaps more than me. Did I? Maybe I did. I can't remember. He doesn't yap more than me, but he does go off on tangents. Wild fun. Okay. Allow me to correct my statement. He doesn't yap more than me. I still hold the record against him, where I took a 3-minute video and turned it into an hour and a half. I'm still maintaining that fucking title. So he doesn't yap more than me, but he goes off on wild tangents. Much more than I do. I may go off on the tangent, but I bring it back. Okay? I will go off on a little bit of a tangent, but I don't stay there for very long, and I do bring it back on track reasonably quickly. That video was probably, I'd say that video might be a year old, Crimson. It was a hero hate video that I reacted to. I think it was like about a year ago.
Know about certain things after they take place or lead up to it. Yeah.
Thank you, Mose.
But guess what's been happening a lot less since the media got kicked out of the fucking Pentagon because nobody wanted to sign that agreement except for like one super major right-wing channel. No leaks. Yeah. Guess what happens when you don't tell Congress shit?
Yep.
No leaks.
Well, and especially with not telling Congress, because don't forget, you have a lot of people in Congress that are very anti-Trump, and so they will not hesitate to try and fuck up any operation that Trump tries to do. So if he goes to Congress about it, guaranteed 5 minutes later, there will be numerous Congress people from a certain particular party that will be in front of news cameras saying he can't be doing, he's planning on doing this and he can't be doing this because we don't approve it because we don't like the big orange man. Orange man bad. Nah. Yeah, absolutely they fucking would. This is the problem when you have what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word I'm looking for on this. Basically, where you have a system where you have a government, when you have people in government where all they do all fucking day long is have pissing matches with one another. This is what happens when you have an adversarial. That's the word I was looking for. This is what happens when you have an adversarial Congress. You can't get shit done because everybody's too busy trying to have a pissing match and trying to one-up one another or stick it to the other side that no shit gets done. And so what happens? You need to do a military operation. You don't want your adversarial side of Congress to basically start spewing that all to the media because guess what? It's a secret op, so you don't fucking tell them and you just fucking do it. And what happens? Shit gets done. That's what happens. If you did not have this issue where it's a constant fight between two different sides all the goddamn time, then maybe he could have gone to Congress to get this approval. Maybe Congress could actually get shit done if they were not even a dick measuring contest. They don't have big enough dicks to have a dick measuring contest. They all have a bunch of fucking inverted micro dicks. But it's pissing matches. They're having consistent pissing matches, and they're having fucking schoolyard bully bullshit games where they're just like, I'm not touching you, which means I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna fight against everything you have and make your life a living hell just because you're on the other side. And even if it's something that my constituents want, I'm still gonna fight you because you're not part of my side. So I'm gonna fight against you. It's fucking grade school bullshit. Absolute grade school bullshit. And until we get rid of the grade school bullshit, nothing's gonna get done. Hands down, nothing's gonna get done.
Jasmine Crockett standing on top of her fucking potato box, with her weave blowing in the air, talking about we shouldn't be bombing Venezuela.
I'm sorry, the potato box got me. What the fuck is a potato box? Oh my god.
Box of potatoes, because she's an ugly potato. She's shaped like a potato. She is potato.
But she is potato.
So Rich, I don't know if Eli and Nick had seen the entire briefing that they gave. So what the Air Force general was saying is they use B-1s, which every single one of our bombers have a specific role. B2 is when you want in and out without having to do suppression of enemy air defense. B1 is you're doing suppression of enemy air defense, but you need to get a lot of firepower in there quick. And B52 is when you want to send a message.
Yeah.
And they use F-22s for air cover. They used F-35s. They used growlers, which I know all the Brits, when they hear that, are going to laugh because growler in the UK is a synonym for vagina. But anyways, we have the growler.
Yep.
Look out for those flying pussies in the air.
Just, when I was looking at the firepower throw.
Yeah, or keep an eye on the kid, because if you got a growler there, he may mistake it for a war pussy. Go, come here, bitch.
At Maduro, and the guy has S-300s and Buck M1s and maybe some BM-21 grads. I was just like, we basically
he has some ACDCs and
sorry.
I don't know any of the things you're saying. I don't know a fucking
we
word.
Basically just put prime Mike Tyson in the ring with Ray Charles. That's what we
shit.
Just
yeah.
Oh my god.
They didn't stand a fucking prayer, okay?
This Venezuela.
We didn't lose a single troop.
They're just they have no idea why
we went into
exploded.
a COD lobby, wiped the lobby, and left.
Yeah, it's just insane, man. And plus, go ahead. I was going to say, so the other thing that is at a real disadvantage for Venezuela is the S-300 and the Buck M1, which are both air defense systems. One's medium range, one's short range. Both of those have been actively used in Ukraine by both Ukrainians and Russians. So we know every frequency, every electronic warfare, everything about those systems. So we went in loaded to fuck them up regardless. They had no idea anything was coming and just died.
We already knew their secret weapon.
I feel so bad for him at this point. I'm just like, God, man.
They'll never expect it. We're expecting it.
While shit posting this morning, I ratioed Jackson Hinkle, which made my day.
Oh, God.
Who is that? Besides
Jackson
an
Hinkle,
effeminate man.
He's like a fucking journalist that's a huge fucking proponent of communism, and he just runs his mouth against America.
Is this the guy that Rich took? Wait, did Rich did the video on this guy, didn't he? After they had this conversation, this was the guy that Rich actually did a video on, wasn't it? Where he pulled up the article and just him and us, when we watched it, absolutely roast them. Isn't that the same guy? Like he was was this the guy that like failed Air Force boot? Is that the guy? The one that failed Air Force boot camp. Yeah, it is. Okay, I thought it was. Yeah, this must have been what inspired Rich to do a video on him.
Non-fucking stop. And 12 hours ago, he posted a picture of Maduro in his stupid fucking outfit. Breaking. Venezuelan President Maduro has declared a state of emergency. He is calling on people to mobilize to defeat imperialist aggression. 2 hours later, he was kidnapped. All I commented was all caps. Yoink! Fucking ratioed the shit out of him.
He did. He did say we should get rid of the Marines, but he is a failed Air Force person. Like I'm not saying he was criticizing the Air Force. I'm saying he failed out of Air Force boot and said that the Marines should be gotten rid of.
Oh, I didn't. So Venezuela was the 50th. 50 out of 145 countries, they rank 50th in the most powerful military. Well, now we know.
Important keyword there is countries, because we have friends that have more powerful air forces than them. So there is that.
That's fair. You know, Nick, you're the history nerd. This may be the least bloody transition from socialism back to capitalism that has ever happened.
Whoa. We just created a power vacuum. Now the bloodshed when they try to handle it themselves. We're already good. Yes. Now they can do what they want.
Yeah. And that's still a question mark too. Like, yes, someone has been installed as president over in Venezuela, but time is only going to tell if there is a transition into capitalism or if it's going to end up devolving back into communism. We don't know yet. It's too soon to tell, so we just kind of have to wait and see. And if it devolves back into communism again, well, we did it once. We go, motherfucker, we're going to do it again. That's all I gotta say.
It will be destabilized. There's going to be celebration, cue statues and all that falling, cue a fight for power, and then cue whatever comes next.
Well,
Mexican ISIS.
Now Trump is talking shit to the president of Mexico, and people are saying he's gonna do it to Mexico next, and people are all pissed off about it. And it's like, I have a question. How come
the cartel
when the current president of Mexico has mysteriously, I believe it was 37 or 39 of her opponents get assassinated during the election season? Not a big deal. America takes out one dictator that wasn't democratically elected. It's the end of the fucking world. Like, shut up.
It's
and we must not forget that the current president of Mexico is backed by the cartels. Like, there was a full-blown civilian uprising against the president of Mexico. They actually had, like, freaking, like, medieval-style, like, wall gates put up that the people the protesters actually, like, half ripped down, beat the shit out of a bunch of their cops, because the president of Mexico is a cartel-backed president. She is a president for the cartel, not the people. So, yeah.
It's no different than you would see people pissed off and bitching if we took out North Korea. Like, if we snatched their top leader, Kim Jong-un, we snatch him, they would still find a negative way to spin it, even though it's like man's dictator, fucking slave camp, like just a terrible human. Still, we would come out the bad guys.
Because Trump back.
You want to talk about
to present it that way.
You want to talk about countries that could legitimately happen to? Fucking North Korea.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I didn't even think about that. Venezuela's like way above technological.
Interestingly enough, if they did it to North Korea, if the U.S. did the same thing to North Korea, it would actually be far more devastating. Because North Korea doesn't have elections, even fraudulent, show elections like they did in Venezuela. They don't have elections. It is basically a quasi monarchy. Not exactly a monarchy because it's not royalty, but it's the same. It's basically a country run by nepotism, effectively speaking. It's all the people in charge of North Korea have basically been, the father, and then the son takes over for the father, and then the son takes over for his father. Well, it's a dictatorship, yes. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about it's a dictatorship, but there is no even fake elections to install the leader. They keep it all in the family. So yeah, it might go to his sister, but it's like you could create it. It wouldn't be the same level of power vacuum because North Korea it's not like Venezuela or even Mexico where you have the cartels that are backing up any candidate. You yoink Kim Jong-un and you yoink his sister. I forget what her name is. But you yoink the family. There's no one there to really take over. All of the big the big military leaders in North Korea are just yes men for Kim Jong-un. So if you yoink both Kim Jong-un and his sister, there's no one left to take power. The generals in North Korea will not be able to take over. They don't have because they're puppets. They have no clue how to fucking lead. Is it Kim Jong-un? Okay, Kim Jong-un. But the generals don't know how to lead. They do not know how to. They could jump at the opportunity, but they will have no fucking clue how to run the country. And the minute you yank them, and the generals try to take over, the U.S. can go, you know what, just give up, or we're just gonna basically just fuck you all up. So theoretically speaking, a double yoinkening in North Korea might actually be more effective than the yoinkening of Venezuela, because then it would set the stage where South Korea could then maybe work on reclaiming North Korea and installing a democratic government and basically freeing all of the North Korean slaves that are currently living as faux citizens in North Korea. Yes, we are technically speaking still at war with North Korea. We are currently sitting at a ceasefire. Well, China might get involved, possibly. And I'm guessing that's probably the one thing that's holding the U.S. back from basically yanking Kim Jong-un, is because if you do go after him, China would then go into it, and then potentially speaking, we'd have a world war. That is the one thing that is probably keeping us from doing anything. Russia maybe too, but Russia's got their hands full with Ukraine. Russia's not going to do shit when it comes to North Korea, because they can't. They don't have the logistics. They don't have the resources to do anything except focus on Ukraine. If they try to split their forces to go help North Korea, then Ukraine steamrolls up. So, but China is the one thing that would be a consideration, that if China decides we don't like this, then they might jump in, and it could start becoming like a world war situation.
Advanced way more than North Korea, and you're just like, we just did this to Venezuela. How easy would it for us to go get Chinese takeout in North Korea, then get some young fat guy with his fucking bowl cut and just shove him in a fucking Foot Locker and carry him out with two seals?
We just
dude, all the dictators and everyone that's like on the other side, they are fucking scared. Waking up to that, imagine you're a dictator and you're like, they would never, and then your homie's gone in 3 hours and nothing. You're like, oh fuck, dude.
It's all about logging on to do a kind of consensual episode. And then we're just like, the FBI took Ethan. What? Just his square is there, but there's nobody in it. There's the four of us, like
the chair is still slowly spinning for him getting yoinked out of it.
God, man.
You just see a shepherd's hook lower from the top of the screen, fucking yank him out of the chair.
It's the fucking Batman thing.
The Batarang swivels around him in the chair, then yoink.
Did we actually blow up Hugo Chavez's fucking memorial site?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what?
That's what I've seen.
Numerous news agencies in the country of Venezuela have reported it, including Venezuela, news agency in Venezuela, other news agencies, but Venezuelan, that we fucking bombed Hugo Chavez's fucking tomb.
Oh, shit.
Eli, the explosion
Fuck
of
you and your dead homie, dude.
the explosion of that big building up on the hill, that was Hugo Chavez's tomb / museum, and we blew it up while we were there.
That's just petty. I love it.
Yeah,
to Trump.
it is.
That's like you're stealing, and you're like, wait. The dudes in the plane, they still land it on the helicopter, like plant the bomb, fly off, they blow that up on the way out. Fucking wild.
That's like kidnapping someone from their house, and like on your way out, you take the batteries out of their smoke detectors.
You just bitch slap the urn over just cause. Like, fuck that guy.
Hugo Chavez was the dictator before Maduro. He was, if memory serves, correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong in my history here. Didn't Hugo Chavez facilitate, he was basically the dictator before Maduro, and, oh, suck it, my brain went blank. There was something that he did that was notable in his dictatorship. I'm blanking on it though. My head just went blank on these. But the one specific thing that he did that basically brought him to notoriety, I can't remember what it is. But he was another dictator, but he was, of course, basically Hugo Chavez was the Kim Jong-il to Maduro's Kim Jong-un. That's the best way to put it. Hugo Chavez was Kim Jong-il. Maduro was Kim Jong-un. That's basically it. He was the one that came before Maduro, and they built a monument for him because that's what you do for dictators. You're forced to build monuments, and that's basically it.
It gives off cat energy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just like walking across like the mantle. Fuck this.
I wish they could do TikToks or like reels about that, because I would love to see a soldier who's like, hey, real quick, we knocking this out. They plant it, they fly off, it explodes. 30 seconds, just shitting on the bad guys.
I want to know. I based on some of the videos that I've seen, which has only been like a handful, I'm assuming that the team, Delta guys, it was I saw a bunch of Chinooks and Blackhawks flying, and they were obviously for carrying troops or troop carriers and support. And so I'm assuming that they landed in or around his compound, probably both, right? An insertion team and then an exterior security team. I want to know what the fuck happened in that building. Just watching Maduro's security go, fuck! Everybody runs except for like two dudes who are immediately just thunk in the head by 300 blackout with a suppressor on it. So all you hear are just the insides of your brain leaving the other hole that the bolt created. And then the other thing.
The last thing that went through his mind was 36 blackout. That was the last thing was on his mind. The last thing on their minds was 300 blackout.
The thing that makes me think that everybody abandoned him is when Trump said, we caught him at his safe room, but he couldn't close the door, which means there was nobody there to help him. He was all alone trying to close the door into his safe room, like Batman, but fat and sad and communist.
Do you think
and he couldn't even do it?
Live, or like, do you think they said like, come with me if you want to live, or you're coming with us? Like they had to have, the shit starter on the ground. One of those guys had a catchphrase in mind.
It was him snapping his fingers going, mira, afuera.
I will give Maduro.
I don't think it was that he was dumb that he couldn't close the door. I think it was too heavy. That's why I think he couldn't close the door to the safe room. It's probably because it was so big and so heavy. It required his assistants or his personal guard to close it push it closed from the outside while he was pulling it closed. So it's just too fucking big. I think wasn't. Granted, I'm not saying that Maduro is an idiot, not an idiot or something. It's just a big fucking door.
Some credit. His fucking pajama game is on point. Because if you fucking busted me in my pajamas, it'd be like a pair of lime green Jordan basketball shorts that are almost down to my ankles, covered in like barbecue stains and no shirt. It'd be much more embarrassing.
Sweatpants that have a hole this big from my butthole to my ball sack. It's just a rip all the way through.
The whole thing, like, it's crazy. My brain goes into tactics and stuff like that. So like, using growlers, first of all, is fucking cheating. But
what is a growler? Explain to me why you're hung up on a growler. I'm looking one up right now.
A growler is an EA.
It's with the beer. They hold a whole bunch of alcohol.
No. Yeah, so you're saying that we were drunk when we did this. That makes sense.
I mean, they probably were.
That tracks.
So a growler is an F-18 that is used for electronic warfare. When it comes to like the world of radars, you can make them see nothing. You can make them see a million of something. You can make them think that you're a 747 coming in. Like you can, like, radars are your toys with a growler, and those are it's just a scary thing to throw at them. But then they used they wanted low level clouds, and then
when HLC did the Yoinkening, he did bring in the growler as a character. Yes, he did. He did do that for the Yoinkening episode, absolutely. And yes, a growler is basically UK slang for a pussy. So yes, Chad, if I'm talking about my growler, you know what I'm talking about.
Scary thing to throw at them. But then they used they wanted low level clouds, and then they came in, was it like 100 feet off the water? Humidity fucks with radars, so you lose them like in the like low above oceans, especially if there's a lot of wind and like spray.
They also said low cloud cover that day. Yep. They said low cloud cover. So
humidity fucks with radars. And yeah. And then a lot of what they have for air defense are lead slingers, like the ZU-23-2. It's an anti-aircraft 23 millimeter, like double barrel gun. And if you can't see because the cloud cover, you have nothing to shoot at, and you're just a target at that point in time. So like this whole thing, this is very Schwarzkopf approach. Like, this is very, like, we're waiting for the weather to be on our side because that's the one aspect we can't control, but everything else is controlled.
Well, we didn't really have that many explosions take place. There was Hugo Chavez's grave. There was a naval port where, like, one or two ships, I don't know what was blown up there. And otherwise, I don't think we didn't really lick off a lot of rounds at Venezuelan infrastructure.
No, we took out air defense systems. I know that. Yeah. And then we took out a runway.
Do we think that we waited for the weather to be right, or do we think that was a coincidence and we intentionally did it 2 hours after all the Chinese envoys made it to Venezuela because they're supposed to be having a meeting with Maduro right now? Because that shit's fucking hilarious.
I think two things can happen at once. I think you can wait for the weather, and then all of a sudden you're like, who's visiting? And, it's like cleaning.
I think that the Chinese diplomats or the Chinese dignitaries visiting Venezuela, I think that was just like bonus points. Okay. You asked that question. How long ago was 9/11? Remind me again how many years ago 9/11 was? Was it like 25 years ago? Yeah, 9/11 was 25 years ago. Military technology has dramatically improved in the last 25 years. That's how it happened. Okay, 25 years, and don't forget, 9/11 resulted in a significant lockdown of the country. It ramped up the military, the militaristic machine in terms of research and development of weapon systems, detection systems. Like 9/11 was a springboard platform for all of the war fighting technology that we see today. All of the modern day weapons systems, weapons platforms, equipment, vehicles, everything that is just so OP literally was spawned from the events of 9/11 because America said after 9/11 happened, we're not letting this ever happen again. And so military research and production ramped the fuck up, and now that's why U.S.'s military is so OP. That's why. Because they said this will never happen to us again. And they started actually working off the axiom, let's not prepare for the fight we just finished, let's prepare for the fight that we have yet to get into.
House, and then your in-laws show up. You're like, what a coincidence.
They made him text the group.
Hey,
tell him you're going to be late.
Hey, guy, we just landed in Venezuela. We're having a real good time. Tushy's in praying, send him his best. Hey, there's a lot of crowds coming in today. I probably should ride a parka. Okay. Let them know, though, even though the weather kind of bad, it's still a good time in Venezuela. What that noise? Maduro?
So, oh my God, the Maduro man, where he is always late.
The defense minister of Venezuela called for absolute war with the United States now and says that he won't surrender. And all I can think is, how fucking funny would it be if we went back tonight and kidnapped him too? Just do it twice.
Oh, fuck, that would be hilarious if they did that. That would have been hilarious. Like, the defense bitch is like, we are going to war. The U.S. kind of went, I guess how many times have I teach you this lesson, old man?